Hello and welcome to HECM Helpers. I'm here with Pat Mooney from Covington, Washington, who has been one of the most lovely clients I've worked with, and I am so honored that you joined this call here with me, Pat, so people can hear a little bit about your story. I have a question.
Okay.
What I'd like to know is how did you go from being a skeptic like a lot of people have been on this loan because they haven't done their homework to being the advocate that you are of this loan at this time?
Well, many years ago, when my mom was still alive, she was in dire straits financially, but owned her home outright. And I helped her get a reverse mortgage, a HECM, and she was able to live her life, go on a cruise with her sister, do some traveling, do some things she wanted to do before she died, and just have a much nicer life. So I knew as I was aging that I'd like to be able to do the same thing and not be a slave to my mortgage anymore. So I pursued it, and with your help, I was able to accomplish it.
Awesome. I appreciate you taking us down that journey. Everybody seems to figure this out, one way or another, and appreciate you sharing that journey. There are people out there that are going to look at this, Pat, and they still are going to be in that pool of skeptic people that think this loan's a scam, and that the lender's going to take their house, take all their equity. I don't know where this information came from, but what would you say to those people who haven't done their homework yet?
Well, that can't happen because your home value goes up and they only loan on a portion of your equity, not all of your equity. So you continue to own the equity and the values just go up. And we know the values are going up like crazy right now. So it just enables you to no longer be a slave to your mortgage and to live your life. And that's what I've been able to do. It's wonderful. I even
Absolutely.
paid off my car. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's not as you know, it's not just that the value's going up. I agree 1,000% on that. I could talk all day about how value is going to keep going up, but for the people who are cynical or pessimistic about values, I'll just share with them on this call or on this video that at the end of the day, you could be completely upside down, and the lender's not going to do a darn thing about that. They're going to let you be upside down and stay in your home because it does not mature until you've passed away or you move. And if someone's married, it's both people have to pass away before this happens. And it's a non-recourse loan. So even if you're upside down, there's no debt that gets passed on to your heirs. The lender just comes up short, just like they do on a 30-year fix, but better. There's actually more protection on a reverse mortgage. Here's something, I don't know if you know this, actually. I'm not sure if you're, I'm pretty sure I told you, but it was probably just quickly mentioned years ago when we talked. And that is that the clients, the heirs of the person who's passed away that was in a reverse mortgage, if they are upside down, let's just take a scenario. Let's say they had a $200,000 loan and the value dropped dramatically. This isn't because the loan increases, because the value dropped. The value is now 100,000. So they're totally upside down. $200,000 loan, 100,000. Now, I don't know if you know this, but the heirs can buy the house for 95% of the value. So for 95,000, they don't have to spend 200,000 to get the house back. So even if it's upside down, they can get it for lower than the actual value. And that's a beautiful gift that only a reverse mortgage gives to the heirs. Our 30-year fix won't do that. You're just stuck.
You're stuck. Yeah, exactly.
So what would you say on a scale of 1 to 10 is your satisfaction level with having this reverse mortgage now, 10 being the best, and why?
It's a 10 because I can now live my life and enjoy it and not worry about being a slave to my mortgage and how I'm going to find a job at 70 years old that will help me to pay my mortgage, because I was still having to work part-time even in retirement just to make my mortgage payments. And that was horrible.
Yeah,
And
I
my
remember
health was
that.
suffering, et cetera, et cetera. And just now my health is back and I feel wonderful and I can garden and enjoy the things I love. It's just fun.
That's so awesome. I remember that. I remember I remember how you were really struggling at that time.
I
And it's
was.
important to know that, this loan's not even, a lot of people think it's just for the struggling person. And, I've got people that got $8 million in liquid assets that have acquired a reverse mortgage from me. And it's just a smart loan, but it is so helpful to people where they're on their last dollar in retirement and they're just trying to, leverage whatever they have. And this is all they have left. And,
Right.
and any child that loves their parents would want their parents to leverage the equity in their house to live a better retirement and not be like, don't touch that, that's mine.
Oh no.
But I
Well,
have so
that
many
one just
parents
got
that like,
booted out the will.
what's that?
I said that one just got booted out the will.
But there's so many parents that like want to struggle because they're
I
trying
know.
to, pay their mortgage down more for their kids. It doesn't make any sense to me. I tell everyone I talk to how I talked, went through this whole thing with my parents and they need that good talk. So hopefully these videos, if they're watching them, is gonna open their mind a little bit.
Exactly. Well, when my mom passed, we had equity in the house still, and each of us kids got over $80,000. And there was 3 of us, so that tells you right there what happens. So,
Yeah.
and that was back in '96 when the house value was just like $200,000, even though it was lakefront property. So
I
now
forget to
it's
tell
worth
people
a
that.
million.
I'm sorry, I cut you off. I was just thinking, you just shocked my brain because I remember my grandparents did the same thing. They were in reverse mortgage for like 20 years or something.
Right.
And there was tons of money left over to my
Yeah.
parents and her sisters and brother.
Right. Yeah. Us kids all got a take. None of us could afford to keep the house at that time, but we all got over $80,000. So it was a good deal, and it helped mom to live.
Yeah, that's the thing. Help them to live well and retire better.
Right.
And that's what's most important. And I think that's just, yeah, there's a lot of stories out there about, oh well, I know somebody who, they passed away, and it could even be in your own family where, I spoke to someone the other day where they said their parents passed away and there was no money left in the home. I go, well, and you're complaining? Because you have to remember that if there's no money left in the home when they passed away, that means the lender is the only one who came out bad. You did
Right.
well. You don't have to pay the shortage. Your parents clearly got lots of money and lots of payments they skipped, and
Right.
and they left behind a house that obviously was because that normally you don't see people upside down unless they're passing away at a time values have dropped. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's pretty much most of these stories are like post 2008, and within a few years of
Exactly.
that before the values came back. I mean, but they can be different times, but most of them are coming from there that I hear. And it's the lender that got stuck. The client, the borrower did great,
Oh,
and they used to
exactly.
give out a lot more money. I don't know if I think I told you this when I first started talking, that it was about 5 years or so before you and I started talking. They dropped how much, like you said, they give you less. Here's your value. They only give you this much, and they leave all this.
Right.
Well, they now give you less, and it's like 12% less than they used to, because of the fact that we had big that bubble that burst, that the lenders are afraid of them being hurt, being not getting
Right.
all their money back. It's the borrower is always going to be the one to make out best in this situation. People just don't get that.
I know. And they don't do their homework.
They don't do their homework. Amen.
Yeah.
All right, last
Yeah.
question.
Okay.
Obviously, there were a lot of competitors soliciting you for your business through phone, mailers, email, even text. How did you navigate that and make a decision to work with me at HECM?
Because you were very compassionate, understanding, you worked with me, you talked me down sometimes, just whatever I needed, you helped me with. And you were very compassionate, and I really appreciate that. I really needed that at the time. So you were great, Chris.
When you say talk you down, I think you mean like you were like really
Wound up.
Yeah, you're frustrated with
Yeah.
some of the struggles, because you did have a very, very challenging scenario that we had a few
Right.
hurdles that most people may not deal with at all.
True.
And you dealt with it like a champ, though. You pulled your end, and you know, I think there's a lot of loan officers, you and I both know, who would have thrown in the towel on this loan and just moved on to the next low hanging
Right.
fruit.
Right.
But we literally took we won't tell them how long it was, but it was long.
It was,
It was too long.
but
It
we
shouldn't.
made it.
It's not that long, my friends. It's not normally that long. But poor Pat's had a few bonus hurdles she had to navigate.
Yep, I did.
Well, anyways, any final thoughts you want to share with our viewers that are watching you and still, you know, feel nervous about, you know, looking into this and are, you know, not ready to, they feel like they, you know, maybe are scared still.
Just do your homework. Chris is excellent at explaining everything in detail. Just get a life, enjoy your life, quit being a slave to your mortgage, enjoy yourselves.
Amen to that. I think in our previous call, you were saying like 28 years of paying into that mortgage,
Yeah,
you're done, right?
I'm done. Yeah, 28 years it was a challenge, but I did it and it's mine now. So what a relief. Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
You're
Yeah.
welcome. I love that. It's mine now. That's how it should feel.
Yeah, it should. Exactly. All I have to do is pay taxes and they're discounted now because of age and lack of income. So that's a good deal.
That's
Taxes and
awesome.
homeowners. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
good.
Pat, thanks so much for doing this for me and coming on this and sharing your story with you know, our potential borrowers. And I'm just really looking forward to our next conversation. You know, we're going to keep staying in touch as we always do.
Yes, we will.
Thanks, Patty. Take care.
Thanks. You too. Talk to you later.
Okay, bye-bye.